Would you know if your pet had a problem with their kidneys? Probably not, because cats are the Oscar-winning actors of the animal world, hiding any signs or symptoms that they're unwell.
I've got a multi-cat household too, so it's hard sometimes to pinpoint exactly who's doing what.
Molly already owes her life to Kasey Findlay, a veterinary surgery nurse at ARH, who took on the mammoth task of round-the-clock feeding and emptying kittens just days old when they were dumped.
Her eyes and ears were still closed. She had two brothers at the time as well. Unfortunately, the first boy passed away after about a week, and then the second boy passed away several weeks later. So I was left with this one little tiny girl who wasn't growing very well. So it was a real fight to get her through, to get her to cap the cheers today. So she's very, very special to me.
Molly celebrated her 4th birthday without any signs of ill health until mealtime about 8 weeks ago.
One night she vomited up a little bit of her dinner, which was unusual for her. She's not usually a sort of vomiting kind of cat. And she was just a bit not herself, which a lot of clients say to us when we say, "What's wrong?" And they say, "Oh, they're just not themselves." In the morning she didn't want her breakfast and was just sort of a bit lethargic, so I thought I'd better get this checked out. When we brought her in and x-rayed her, we saw that one of her kidneys was absolutely massive, and the other one we could barely see at all, so we realised there was a big problem.
And who better to see than ARH internal medicine specialist Dr. Narelle Brown.
We isolated a bacterial infection, so she had an E. coli, which is a really common isolate from the urine. And so based on the sensitivity pattern of that isolate, we put her on an appropriate antibiotic for about 6 to 8 weeks. And that would be about the time when you should treat renal infections. You know, they have to have a very prolonged course of antibiotics.
Now, preparing animals for surgery is something Nurse Kasey does every day, but imagine what she was going through, having to get her own cat ready to go under the knife.
The medicine department decided she was probably better off without one of her kidneys. And your kidney has quite a lot of reserve, so we can get by with about 70% loss of your kidney function before you start seeing clinical signs. But cats particularly are prone to degeneration in their kidneys, so the more kidney tissue you have there in reserve, the better. It's not something that we take at all lightly. It very much is a last resort for us.
Senior Surgical Registrar Dr. Arana Parslow and Surgical Specialist Dr. Bruce Smith removed the faulty kidney during an hour-long surgery. So, how was Nurse Kasey doing through all this?
Good. Okay. She's doing okay. That's more important. She's doing well.
After a couple of days in hospital recovering, and Molly was cleared to go home with a much brighter future.
Well, we've got to keep an eye on that right kidney that she's got left. Unfortunately, it is a little bit damaged as well. There will be blood tests that we have to keep doing to check that her urea and creatinine are still within range, which since she's had the operation, they've actually come back down again. So that's really exciting. I dare say there'll be some future ultrasounds as well that we still have to do to keep checking on that right kidney and make sure that it's bearing the weight of the two kidneys.
At least you're smiling again.
Yeah.
You weren't quite as happy the other day with the operation.
A little bit stressed.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Good on you. Well done. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.